I'm sorry it came to this, Grace. It's clear what your friend meant to you.
Her name is Freddie. Was Freddie. She was more than just my friend.
Yes, I see that. Grace, is that how Calliope died? Was she also attacked by the Furies? Do you remember?
Yeah. She meant to use the mirror, but she never had the chance before they came.
No doubt sent by the same person. Perhaps for the same reason.
Sent? They can be sent? Oh, if even Calliope died to that, what chance did Freddie have?
Who could send the Furies after me? Even Hecate had no idea who possessed that kind of power.
No one does, not these days. Hecate herself would have been my guess. Zeus might have, in his role as king of old Olympus, but he is long gone.
Clearly someone can do it.
Unless they weren't summoned. They could have been responding to something you did unwittingly, something Calliope also did. What that could be? I'm afraid I have no clue.
What are the Furies? They didn't seem like people.
No.
Think of them as forces of nature, but an aspect mortals rarely encounter. They're older than any idol. They were created to enforce the ancient laws.
There are ancient laws now?
Well, there were. Laws even the idols had to obey, from the earliest days of old Olympus. Even if they still existed and you'd broken one, we would all know. These are not petty crimes one stumbles into.
I know Calliope was there to use the mirror, but it was just feeling. I still don't understand why.
There's only one use for that mirror, to speak to the Fates.
Yeah, okay, but why?
The Fates know all that is or will be. Destiny is theirs to command, or so it's said. One contacts them either to know one's fate, or to change it. Not that the Fates are likely to oblige.
I feel like we have quite a few different ways of knowing the future so far, though. Was there a reason why she had to go to the mirror? Especially because it sounded like she was pretty good friends with Apollo before, and we know that Apollo is the god of prophecy, and then there was also Hecate, who has her book. But I don't know, maybe those were not as viable, because if you ask Hecate, she'd probably say no, and then she was arguing with Apollo, so maybe that's why she went to the mirror.
Can these Fates really control the future?
They control the fate of all beings. I imagine it's they who give Apollo his powers, and they who write Hecate's books.
So someone really didn't want Calliope messing with them.
Or you, it seems.
Could it have been the Fates? Maybe they don't like being called on now for anything.
They're not known to be vindictive. If they don't want to answer, they simply won't.
Why did they stop attacking as soon as they got Freddie?
If the Furies are so powerful, why did they stop? They just stabbed Freddie and left.
They're not assassins, Grace. They exist to punish. They demanded blood, and blood was taken. It didn't need to be yours.
So if Freddie hadn't interfered...
They wouldn't have rested, not ever, until they had their due.
Is it possible that somebody else activated the mirror and then Calliope took the hit then? I feel like that's not what they're implying, but it is, I guess, a possibility.
I don't know what to do. We still have no idea why Calliope wanted to talk to the Fates.
Well, there is another way to ask them.
I wondered how long that would take. Hecate is enraged. She's threatened to close off the reliquary entirely and forever. Athena is beside herself.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. You just had to keep pushing, didn't you? Until you got what you wanted.
This isn't about me. We're out of options, Apollo, and you know there's only one other way to contact the Fates.
Oh, how convenient.
Can you just tell me what I'm missing?
Wait, what's this about some other way? What are you talking about, Persephone?
May I explain it to Grace, or do you have another option, Apollo? If so, now's the time. I thought not. The Fates will respond to the ruler of Hades, the true underworld and realm of the dead. What I propose is that we go there and take back the throne that was stripped from me.
Is that... That does sound a bit when you put it like that. Like, why are you so aligned with helping me? And I feel like I'm having second thoughts about everybody now. Not in a you killed Calliope kind of way, but I just don't feel like trusting anyone anymore.
Is that something we can do? Just go to the land of the dead and overthrow it?
Truth be told, there isn't much to overthrow. Few mortals still believe in Hades, and thus its halls have been nearly empty for eons.
So how do you...
The throne itself is the key, both symbolically and literally. Claim it, and Hades is yours.
But you can't claim it because you're barred from Hades.
By a rule that we would need to break were we to do this, yes.
So if we go to Hades and find your throne, how much trouble would that get us into exactly?
A great deal.
More trouble than getting into the reliquary.
It's not as if Athena could execute Grace a second time.
But she's already been warned about breaking more rules.
The responsibility of this will be mine. Let Athena try to take my throne again.
Can she? She can't. If you just sit on it and claim the throne, then you're queen and that's that.
How do we get to Hades? Do we need a key, like the reliquary?
Athena took my key, and the entrance at Lake Avernus was sealed long ago, which leaves only Hermes.
They won't take you.
They might, if you ask them to. Then why did you come, Apollo? To gloat? To wish Grace well? Or to actually help? Get us there. I'll lead us to the throne, and Grace can speak with the Fates. It's simple.
Is there really no other way to talk to these Fates? Do we have to take the nuclear option?
Do you want to try going back to the reliquary?
No. No, hell no.
The only other person with a direct connection to the Fates is Apollo here.
You know it doesn't work like that.
Then it's the throne or nothing, isn't it?
Is Apollo right? Is this something you planned all along, Persephone?
Meaning what? What, that I knew what would occur at the reliquary? Perhaps you think I'm the one who unleashed the Furies upon you.
You've waited for this opportunity for over a century.
Waited, yes. Bided my time. And the moment has arrived.
But that's not why you originally agreed to help me?
No, that's not why.
Okay. No need to keep selling me on it, I'm in.
You are?
Yeah. I need to punch something really hard. Or overthrow hell. I'm good with either of those things.
Did you see that, Apollo? You see, that is what a backbone looks like.
I can't. I'm sorry, but this is a step too far.
And consider this, Apollo. Grace's mortal friend was slain by the Furies. According to the old laws.
Her soul is in Hades.
Oh?
Hold on, wait. What does that mean? If her soul is in Hades, then...
Can we get her back?
It means the ruler of Hades can release her.
Well, you should have said that
That's
earlier!
assuming everything remained as it was. Fine. I'll get you into Hades. But I'm not going with you.
If that's what you prefer, by all means.
It's fine, Hermes. Get this over with.
Okay, they really should have led with that. All that talking, all that nonsense, just tell me there's a way to get Freddie back. I'm in.
Shall I wait here, or...
No. I'm not gonna lie to them. Hermes has always treated me fairly.
Oh, hey, if it isn't Apollo and Grace, and, Persephone. Wow, the whole gang, huh?
I'm afraid I have to call in that favor. I need you to take Grace and Persephone to Hades.
Oh, man, I don't know. Athena specifically said I wasn't supposed to take anyone, you know? No matter what.
Oh, this is pointless. They're never gonna help us, Apollo.
Can I ask what's going on? Nobody ever tells me anything, and you want me to get in huge trouble, but for what?
For me to be innocent so I don't die, for Persephone to get her throne back, and for me to bring Freddie back as well. Yeah, Hermes will be in trouble.
It's the only way to find out why Calliope was trying to contact the Fates.
The Fates?
There's something going on, Hermes. I'm at the edge of it. But without the Fates, I'll never know the truth.
And that means going to Hades, with or without Athena's permission.
Okay.
That was simple.
Signal when you need to come back.
You sure?
Yeah, feels like the right thing.
Be careful, Grace. And remember, the Underworld doesn't give up its shades without a price.
I think I can tell her the rules, Apollo. Let's go.
I believe Persephone when she says that that's not why she decided to help me to begin with, but our objectives do align now and she has an interest in this, a personal interest.
Welcome to the real Underworld.
Whoa.
Wow. It feels so empty. So lonely.
It's not completely empty. Neither is the throne, for that matter. A bitter shade named Orpheus has been squatting on it since my exile. I fully expect he'll be waiting for us.
Huh. Is Eurydice here as well?
Who is this Orpheus? The name sounds familiar.
It should. His is a popular tale among mortals regarding how he once came to the Underworld to retrieve his love, Eurydice, and left with nothing. Hades tricked him, you see, and with Hades dead, the blame has evidently fallen to me.
So he's not a fan of yours?
He is not a fan, no. Not that it matters.
Wait, but Orpheus doesn't have to rely on mortal tales. He knows what happened. Why would he blame you?
You didn't think to mention earlier that the throne was occupied?
Because it's irrelevant. Orpheus isn't an idol. He's just an angry little man clinging to an existence that doesn't want him any longer.
And what are we supposed to do? Organize an armed resistance? Challenge him to a duel?
That's what you're here for.
I'm gonna fight him?
Oh, you'll see.
Okay, Persephone, you can't just say that, okay? You need to tell me stuff so that we're on the same page here. Our partnership, yeah, our interests are aligned right now, but it's definitely shaky, okay? Because I feel like it's impure. You don't just want to help me, and so I gotta look out for myself too. I can't just rely on you wanting to help me, looking like you want to help me.
So there's gonna be a fight? Good. I need something to punch.
Don't get too excited, Grace. Orpheus is hardly a worthy foe.
Really? Even though he took your throne?
He took an empty throne after I left. That does not make him a king. Just someone else that's in my way.
In our way, you mean?
Yes, in our way.
See?
Okay, so there's an angry ghost sitting on your throne. Anything else about this trip you've neglected to mention?
Come, it's time to cross the Styx. The ferryman will come soon. As we are not dead, you will need to convince him you are worthy of passage. State your case clearly and with determination.
Can you? You can be like, I'm coming back here for the throne. Oh my god! I thought it was gonna be a small boat. Damn.
I am Persephone, also known as Despoina and Core Sotiera, once queen of the Underworld, and shall be again. No, Caron, I did not bring you any cards. I am not here to entertain you.
This is my goal, but it's not who I am, is it? This is my objective.
My name is Grace, and I'm here to save my friend Freddie. Have you seen her?
Didn't even mention the Muse. That's fine.
He says he has. She spoke a great deal as they crossed the river, and that made him very happy.
Happy? Why happy?
I don't imagine Caron gets much company these days, Grace.
Not everybody comes here.
No, she didn't. Neither of us brought games to play with you, Caron. Stop asking.
If it'll put him in a better mood. I mean, Freddie's already dead, okay? We're not tight for time.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something to amuse him. See? You don't even need to interpret that for me.
Yes, what fun. Thank you for encouraging him. Let's get underway, Caron. It's a long ride to the throne room.
Ooh. They wearing masks? Whoa, I'm already using my powers?
I wouldn't touch that. Way too much for you. Overload you. Blow a fuse. Every story, every memory winds up here in the water. I used to dream that this river would rise, swallow the anger, tears in my eyes. Then suddenly I was found alone. I destroyed Hades, but was denied his throne.
Ilia's dead here, isn't it?
Everything here is fading away. She needs her queen.
We're here for Freddie, too.
I killed the king fair and square. They had no right to take it from me.
I don't know much about suffering. You've seen your life disappear. I lost a friend. If I could find her again, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Someone's coming. There's music floating through. Someone's coming. And it has me singing too. We have visitors. I think we all know what to do. To the throne room. This bard's about to meet a muse.
There's someone singing with us.
That would be Orpheus.
Is he a muse?
Oh, he's so much more than that.
Someone's
We
coming.
might have a problem.
A wolf is waiting in the
This
chimney.
bard's already
Someone's
dead,
coming.
but you can defeat him.
I can feel them howling at the
My
moon.
help.
Don't forget why we came here.
There's a name here
I won't forget,
that reeks
but you
of
can bet he
enemy.
knows someone's coming.
It's about time, Persephone.
Orpheus, I've been. What happened to the music?
Oh, he's
I
overwriting.
have been waiting for you, Persephone, for so long. And you brought a muse. Hi. Lovely tune, by the way. Can't remember the last time I collaborated with someone so talented. No offense, Betty.
Hey.
Welcome to my underworld. Let me treat you to a song, a welcome gift. I have the floor. It is mine, after all. Muse, any requests? Questions?
My friend is dead. Can you help me?
Loop. The river keeps secrets deep in the water. How far do you sink till you're buried below? I challenged the fates and found my Eurydice, but you had to kill her, and I won't let it go. You're asking the wrong person.
I hear your torment and your suffering. They made your love disappear. I lost a friend. If I can find her again, that's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
That's why I'm
Orpheus,
here.
you're here for you are stubborn.
This is when you say you're certain you had no control. But I saw you smiling when your husband condemned my soul.
Corpses in crowns, tangled and trapped. Eyes full of cobwebs, only looking back. Don't you see what I see? Looks all dead to me, are both the same.
The same?
I like what you're doing, Muse, but I thought you'd be on my side.
The bard is to blame for the hell that he's been in.
Persephone, you're the reason I'm here. I'm not here to give in.
Oh, you think I will?
Can I get this through both of your heads? You're fighting over something that's dead. I mean, you should have seen this coming.
There's no point in reasoning with him, Grace.
Oh, I believe she was speaking to us both.
I certainly wish I'd seen you coming.
You should stop hurting each other now. We should find out if Freddie is near.
We'll get to that, Grace.
Where's my friend? We have to find her again. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
I'd rather Persephone have the throne, though.
That throne doesn't belong to you, and you know it.
We all throw our secrets into the water. The shoreline is littered with every regret.
I'm not too proud of all that's washed up here. I'll put it behind me.
And I won't forget. You're letting it go. And I won't forget.
I need Persephone to be on the throne to help me find Freddie. But that's not the reason why we came to the Underworld. We came here to find out about Calliope.
I had forgotten how sweet a melody could be. Such thoughts become clouded in this place. Forgive me, my lady of the night.
Thank you, Orpheus, for being gracious.
An empty chair for an empty kingdom.
I don't think there is a point either, but it's what she wanted. Do you really want it though?
I don't get it. Why take the throne at all if Hades is empty?
Because it's mine.
That's good enough for me.
I can only hope that somewhere Hades can see me, sitting on his chair.
Because you have to remember how Persephone suffered for so long previously. So it honestly doesn't even matter what Hades is, the Underworld is like right now. It's that she took it from Hades, and it's hers. And therefore she's here to claim it. And Athena and everybody try to take it away from her, but now she's back to get it.
I'm guessing now's when you break the bad news. Am I right?
You knew?
I suspected. Now I know. I'd still like to hear it, though.
Because you keep stuff from me all the time.
I lied. Even if we could find Freddie, you couldn't bring her back. The laws of death are not so easily circumvented.
Wow.
They will not help you or anyone. Even if you could speak to them, they will not care. And never have.
Makes sense, but you keep lying to me.
You lied. To me? To Apollo? To Hermes?
I thought it such a small transgression to regain this throne. I would have said anything.
I think they're doing something pretty interesting here with the romance options. Or at least this one. I feel like in a lot of stories, video game stories, it's pretty common that the protagonist and the romance option is always on the same side. But they're putting Grace and Persephone in direct conflict right now. And I'm gonna be real, it does hurt. And regardless of anybody else, any other romance option, I think this isn't even the first time she's done it. She didn't tell me what Aphrodite's party was about. This continually keeping information away from me is not a good starting base.
You know, for a moment, I thought you actually cared about me. Just a little bit.
Grace,
But you don't, do you? Not about me, not about Calliope, not about anything.
At the very least, I had hoped we might find your friend's spirit.
And then what?
Why? We can't bring her back.
Not without great sacrifice, no. No, the rules of death are clear. Yet you might have spoken to her. I know what it's like not to get the chance to say goodbye.
Oh. Oh! Hey! Hey! Oh, we can touch!
Freddie, you're here.
Yeah, I've actually been watching you since you arrived.
Oh!
It's not like there's much else going on.
Fred,
No, don't even start, Grace. I made my decision. I don't regret it one bit.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about Persephone. Like, I very clearly she cared about the throne more than she cares about me. It's not that she doesn't care about me, I think, but the priorities definitely goes number 1 throne, number 2 Grace. And I think it's understandable on some level. We've met for like a week, right? But us, Grace, I don't have to care about your reasoning. What I see is you prioritize something else over me, and you keep lying, and that's that.
you shouldn't even have been there. I never should have gotten you involved.
Hey, no. You didn't get me involved. I got myself involved.
And look what happened.
I got to be the hero of the story. Just for one shining moment. How cool is that?
This isn't a story, Fred.
You're wrong. It is a story. And you need to finish it. Without me. Hey, no.
I guess this is it, huh?
Almost. I found someone while I was down here. Someone you really need to meet.
Ah!
Calliope? This... You can't be real. Your soul is inside Grace. Idols don't...
Is inside Grace. The rest of me... I'm here, Persephone.
This is real.
Okay, that's what I thought in the beginning too, but then they weren't bringing it up, so I was like, oh, okay. The way we started with Persephone, and then like we sort of had like this pseudo breakup thing going on, and now with Calliope, why does it feel like everything just makes sense? Oh my god.
I guess you two were better acquainted than you said. Huh, Persephone?
We parted ways years ago. Persephone couldn't take my lectures any longer.
I'd take them now. I miss them.
No, you don't. Think about how bitterly we argued at the end. Don't blame yourself. Not when there are so many fond memories to cherish instead.
I don't get it. I thought the Eidolon was Calliope's soul. But if that's true, then...
The Eidolon is what makes us an idol, but it's not our soul. Each of us adds a piece to it as it passes on.
But what about the memories?
The memories are but a reflection. And after the Eidolon is passed on, old memories become a reflection of a reflection. It's why the idols have forgotten so much. You knew this truth once, Persephone. Long ago.
We need to know what happened to you, Calliope. How did you die?
Why didn't you come to me? If you were in trouble, I would have protected you.
I know you would have, but I couldn't let you be drawn into Apollo's prophecy as well.
Apollo's prophecy?
He didn't tell you? No, I don't suppose he could have. It's a long story.
This is the important part. Okay, you know what? We have time.
I don't know about you, but I have all the time in the world. Okay, yeah, bad joke. But I really do need to hear this.
Apollo delivered, with great reluctance, a prophecy that said I needed to die.
And who did he deliver this prophecy to?
Athena.
No.
Then she sent the Furies after me when I went to the reliquary. I barely escaped. I fled back to the mortal world. To you.
Not entirely surprising. The Athena part.
Apollo hates using his power. Why would he have given a prophecy to Athena?
Because she demanded it. She was desperate.
How did you even find out?
Apollo was horrified after he delivered the prophecy, and he refused to stay silent. And he came to warn me. He was torn. Telling me meant I was locked into it. I still think he did the right thing. Though I expect he disagrees.
What was the prophecy? Surely I need to hear it.
If I tell you, you'll be locked into it, just like me.
But the prophecy doesn't just say you have to die. There's more to it, right? They always require interpretation.
Apollo told Athena that. He begged her not to jump to conclusions, but maybe she was right.
There's not even, like, why? Athena's just doing it because that's what the prophecy says? Some random prophecy?
It doesn't just involve you, does it? It involves me. It must, or you wouldn't hesitate.
Athena wanted to know if there was a way to save the idols. The answer was this. The idols cannot continue so long as the Last Muse lives.
Oh no.
And I'm the Last Muse.
And now you know the prophecy.
Oh no.
Why did you go to the reliquary? We know about the mirror, but...
You wanted to annul the prophecy.
And the Fates are the only ones who could, if they would even help me. I doubted it, but I was desperate. I never got the chance to ask. Someone told Athena where I was going, and she must have realized what I meant to do.
Someone?
But how did she get the Furies to attack you? They aren't pets. You didn't break any of the old laws.
I don't know. Maybe it's something the ruler of the idols can do. But you'd have to ask Athena.
You went to Pan for the key to the reliquary, right?
Yes. He's the reason I knew about Nyx's mirror, actually. He told me about it long ago.
He told Medusa where you went. She, I expect, told Athena.
Oh. Pan couldn't have known what it would mean. I didn't explain.
That's it. You forgive him, just like that.
I'm sure he feels guilty enough, my love.
Why come to me? Of all the places you could have run to, why come to my apartment?
Because I was dying.
But I couldn't save you. I barely even knew you.
I was wandering the streets that night, wondering if I should go to the reliquary or just flee. And I heard you singing. I followed you home after to see where you lived.
Oh my god.
I didn't know what would happen to me, but I thought, just in case, I knew I had to hold out until I reached you.
This is the exact kind of thing Apollo means. By telling her about the prophecy, it caused her to go to the reliquary, which caused her to die. If she hadn't gone, she might not have died. I mean, it's not her fault, but you didn't give me a choice.
I wish you hadn't. You didn't give me any choice.
Oh, that's kind of harsh.
I wanted to. I thought I would at least have time to explain.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have believed you.
The Furies, they kept coming. It was all I could do just to reach you. I am so sorry, Grace. I truly did not mean for it to be like this.
Why did Apollo not say anything? So he knows then. He knows that it's not me. Because he's the one who gave out that prophecy. That's why he felt guilty enough to tell everyone else, hey, maybe we should not kill Grace immediately.
I can't believe Apollo didn't tell us about this. He kept quiet the entire time.
He knew Athena killed an idol. He had a duty to tell us.
If he had, Grace would have been locked into the same fate as Calliope.
We don't know that.
Oh, that's right. Apollo can't say anything, because the same thing might happen to me. Hey, well, I'm not gonna die at the reliquary. Silver linings.
I have to go back. And I have no idea what will happen. of this seems real.
So many years of history, the fights, the highs, the miseries. I'm so proud of you, but it's time to go.
I never truly saw before how trapped we were, so far from shore. Great at the time, but it's time to go.
It's time to go.
Will I know where to go without you to guide the way across the storming seas? I've had a compass bright and clear. Listen to me when I say, whatever path from which you think you strayed, you will find your way. But it's time to go. It's time to go.
No!
If I could bring you back, I would give it all to you, my best friend.
Oh!
If I could choose a muse,
You would give up godhood to bring her back.
any day, every day, a life for a life, Farishta, please stay.
Grace, no. It's time.
They never said I couldn't bring her back, just that it took great sacrifice.
Who knows what comes next? But I will face it beside you.
Oh my god, I'm getting chills all over.
You've returned.
You did it. You actually brought me back from the dead.
Of course I did.
Yes! Are you not happy? I didn't want to be a god anyway. What's immortality without my friends and family?
Did you get a chance to speak to the fates?
About that.
No.
Then what happened?
Wow, of all these things. Hey, then... Because I'm not the muse anymore. The Last Muse is dead. There is no Last Muse. The idols are okay, right? Like, the trial is over. We don't need a trial anymore. We're all good, aren't we?
Then we found Calliope.
Calliope, but her eidolon is inside you. How
It
could...
doesn't work like that. The eidolon is only a part of an idol. The rest just...
Calliope told us what happened. The prophecy, how you warned her, how you've been lying to us. You knew. You knew the truth this entire time. Even when you said you were helping Grace.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm not sure if I want to hear that from Persephone either. You've been lying to me as well about other things.
Is there more you haven't told me? Did you know about the Furies as well?
No. I didn't know how Calliope died.
But you knew Athena was behind it.
I thought I could nudge you in the right direction. Help you find the truth without learning about the prophecy.
Well, you failed. We know it now.
Well, then it's done. You're locked into it, as is Freddie. Athena will want her dead too.
Wait, is Freddie the new Muse?
Right. I actually hadn't considered that part.
Oh!
I'm so sorry, Grace. I never meant for this to happen.
I didn't think that was how that worked.
That's right. Leave. It's what you're best at. I don't know how this will affect your trial. We could tell them what we've learned. Even without proof, it makes enough sense that Athena couldn't just brush it off. You're not the Last Muse any longer. After all, your Freddie isn't on trial. Yet if Athena believes you both need to die in order to save the idols, she'll find a way.
So it's actually possible for us to freely give the Eidolon to someone else without being near death. I guess that makes sense because that's what Aphrodite was gonna do. Oh, I thought it was more like an underworld, yeah, a life for a life, but not directly giving Freddie the power of being a muse.
Does there still need to be a trial? If we go to Athena privately, maybe we could work out some kind of deal.
She won't make a deal. All that will afford her is a chance to kill you before the trial.
She tried that once already.
And your friend died as a result. No, it's a clever thought, but Athena needs to be challenged in front of everyone. I intend to keep my promise. We go to the trial and I'll help you, even if it means overthrowing Athena. Calliope would approve.
But what about...
Just so you understand, our chances aren't good. I suggest you do whatever necessary to prepare.
Great.
Oh, I thought our troubles were over. No, we still got quite a bit. This is my last chance to speak to anyone before the trial. Hold up. Oh my goodness, Freddie. Oh, I'm so glad we got her back, though. This can't be happening. Freddie, she's gone. I knew I shouldn't have let her keep coming with me, but I didn't think she could die. Yes, I can't believe it. I did it. I went into the underworld, and even though Persephone believed there was no other way to get Freddie back, there really was. All it took was a big enough sacrifice, and that meant me giving up my Eidolon. So Freddie is the muse now, and me? I'm just immortal again. I don't know how I feel about that just yet, but the important thing is that Freddie is alive. I saved her, and I've never felt better about anything ever. Wait, did I do something wrong? Is Freddie mad at me? Oh god, I better go talk to her. What? Don't be mad. But yeah, we have the whole prophecy problem, and Freddie heard it too, so now it's like the tape from The Ring, you know, the horror movie. It's passing it on to the next person. Where did we last leave off? Calliope went to the reliquary that night to contact the Fates with a magical mirror, but she never got the chance to speak with them, just like me. She was attacked by the Furies, not idols, but embodiments of retribution. They enforced the idols as ancient laws, the kind that Zeus used to command, which surely died with him. Unlike with me, the Furies must have stabbed Calliope before she ran away. What that doesn't tell me is why she needed to contact the Fates so badly. It also doesn't tell me who sent the Furies after her in the first place, and then also me. According to Hecate, none of the idols have that kind of power. Considering the price we paid, I really wish we learned more. Yeah, the price of Freddie dying there, my god. So the new plan is this. I go into Hades with Persephone. Yes, the actual underworld and the land of the dead. And we take back her throne. That'll allow us not only to talk to the Fates and find out what Calliope wanted with them, but also bring back Freddie. Sounds great provided it's all true. Apollo showed up again out of nowhere, declaring that Persephone's being suspicious. But he's not exactly helping or full of alternatives. I have no choice but to trust Persephone for now. As for what we learned in the Underworld, holy crap. Calliope was there! I guess her soul and the Eidolon are separate things, which even Persephone didn't know? The important thing is that Calliope was there and I got to talk to her. She told us everything. It was Athena. She received a prophecy from Apollo to save the idols, and that's why she summoned the Furies. She can do that? To kill Calliope. To try to keep it from happening. The idols cannot continue so long as the Last Muse lives. I became the Last Muse after Calliope's death, and now Athena wants me dead. To keep the idols safe? This is huge. It is huge. Hermes. I go back to the apartment and who's there waiting for me? Hermes. Not only because they entered through some magic portal though, Freddie let them in. She and Hermes are what, pals now? That's weird, right? Did I say Hermes was suspicious? I talked to them a bit at the apartment and honestly, they seem like the least suspicious idol of them all so far. Earnest, always eager to help, the world could use another Hermes or two. Apollo brought us to Hermes. Hermes owes him a big favor, something about stealing 50 cows? To ask if they'd bring Persephone and I to Hades, and they'd agreed. Even knowing it was against the rules and it might get them into trouble, Hermes is the best. Yes! Hermes. Athena won't even have time to get mad about us going to the Underworld. Aphrodite probably won't have anything new, yep. Apollo, Persephone, everyone is just lying and scheming. Well, I guess they have reasons. Apollo... he was kind of tied up by the whole prophecy thing. He knew! Apollo knew who the murderer was all along. Athena came to him for a prophecy on how to save the idols, and he gave it to her. But it doesn't make any sense. If Apollo knew about the prophecy, why did he stop Athena from just killing me at the start? Why did he help me at all? Calliope said he's lying to protect me, to prevent me from sharing her fate. But I know the prophecy now, so whatever it is, I'm locked into it. All of Apollo's lies were for nothing. I think we're due a very serious conversation when I get back. I tried to talk to Apollo when I got back to the apartment, and give him the benefit of the doubt, but it didn't get very far. He basically admitted to everything Calliope said and then left after a bunch of apologies. If I want to have a real discussion about this, it'll have to be at his beach house. Yeah. We gotta talk to everybody one last time. Persephone, well, we have our murderer. It was Athena all along. We got it straight from Calliope herself. Athena went to Apollo for a prophecy on how to save the idols. The idols cannot continue so long as the Last Muse lives. Calliope was the last of the muses, and then it was me. So we had to go. She's had it in for me from the very start. She never intended to let me live no matter what I did. Thing is, I don't exactly have proof of this. Somehow, I doubt Athena would back down even if I did. Oh, and apparently she can also summon the Furies. You know, the embodiment of retribution that my powers don't even work on. Ugh, this is gonna be trouble, isn't it? Yeah, it's like I thought. Persephone agreed that Athena isn't likely to stop now. The trial will go forward. And if Athena thinks killing both Freddie and I will save the idols, she'll do it. Meaning we'll have to find a way to stop her if we can. How exciting. From the perspective of like a murder mystery, I don't think... Yeah, it wasn't... They brought up Athena really often, so I think it's not the hardest thing to have guessed, but I don't think this is supposed to be some, very tight, plot-driven murder mystery thing either, so I don't care. I learned about what Persephone and the other idols went through during the war, except it was all a lie, all of it. Maybe it's why Persephone originally agreed to help me, and it's been her plan all along, or maybe she just couldn't resist the opportunity. The entire trip to the Underworld was Persephone trying to get what she wanted and nothing more, exactly what Apollo accused her of. I wonder how that would have played out if I didn't give her the throne. I didn't feel bad enough about her to not give her the throne, but I've also been dissuaded into getting into a relationship with her. Even so, I let her have the throne. Yes, I know she manipulated me, but she's right that it belongs to her, and it was wrong of the other idols to take it. The rest of it, well, I guess we'll deal with that later. Persephone and I have a serious conversation due when we get back to the real world. On a separate note, I learned that Persephone and Calliope were in love. They weren't friends, they were a couple. That's what I thought since the very first moment. Persephone got super angry at the thought of me killing Calliope. But then they were just like, oh yeah, I just gave her an apartment, so I was like, okay. I guess they broke up a couple of years ago, but the way Persephone acted from the start makes so much more sense now. Well, I tried talking to Persephone once we got back to the apartment, but she wasn't having it. If I want to settle this, I'll have to hunt her down, for whatever good that'll do. That's so... Well, I mean, Persephone is a romance choice though, but she seemed totally... She's not over Calliope at all. Like, I don't know how that would've... We need to talk. Yeah. Pan... It's been a while since we've talked to Pan as well. I confronted Pan about the key. He didn't deny giving it to Calliope. What's more, he admitted that he told Medusa where Calliope went right after she left. He sold her out. He claims he didn't know what happened to her at the reliquary, that he sent me to find out, but can I believe him? Turns out that Pan wasn't lying. Is he innocent? No. Was he the killer? No. He sold out Calliope and told Medusa where she was going. Medusa probably told Athena, and so Athena summoned the Furies to kill Calliope. But Pan probably had no idea that would happen. I guess it's good to know the whole truth finally. Of the romance options, there's obviously been some effort into making them all like, not perfect people. Cause all of them lie. Apollo lies, Pan lies, Persephone lies. Freddie? Freddie might be the one true angel in all of this, really. And it's complicated, right? I appreciate that because... Yeah, like just because you like somebody, it doesn't mean that you're gonna have the exact same views on literally everything and that you're always gonna agree, and sometimes you will get into conflicts. Nothing for Eros, Venus, Medusa. Oh, Medusa, I don't know if I can... Can we uncurse her somehow? I don't know. Hecate is super angry with us. Yes. Probably Asterion as well. Orpheus! You know that story about Orpheus and Eurydice? How Orpheus goes into the Underworld to get his love back, and Hades says, okay, but only if you never look back the entire way to the surface. Right before the exit, Orpheus loses his nerve and looks back, and thus Eurydice is forced to remain dead forever. Cruel, classic, and apparently true. Or the heart of it seems to be, anyhow. Orpheus was so bitter about the whole thing, he's waited on that empty throne all these thousands of years, waiting for Persephone to return, just to keep her from it. I don't know why he blames her and not her former and now dead husband, but I guess I'll find out. A little detail Persephone failed to share before our arrival. Yeah. It seems that as the greatest bard of ancient Greece, Orpheus had powers similar to mine, so when we showed up in the Underworld's throne room, he and I juked it up musically, until I finally convinced him this whole vendetta of his wasn't worth it, and that it was time to move on. Last I saw of him, he and the few shades left in Hades who supported him had wandered off into the shadows together, hopefully to find their rest. What about Eurydice then? Would she have been one of those shades? I don't think that's how that works though.